one of my favorite picks for this draft was Corey Davis to the Titans. I love that pick. I think it really, truly gives them a number one wide receiver there. I just hope that he can stay healthy. The injuries concern me, but, I mean, this guy was massively productive in college. Jake, what is your thoughts on Corey Davis going to the Titans?
Corey Davis was my number one wide receiver heading to this draft, and honestly, if he was in last year's draft, he would have been in the conversation for last year's number one as well as alongside Josh Doxson, who needs to get healthy and stay on the field. We all know that, but Corey Davis, the one everybody loves player comps because it's just simple for people to listen to that don't dig as deep as we might into the metrics and the abilities and all that type of stuff or watch films. And the person I always compare him to is Terrell Owens. And no, I'm not saying he's definitely going to be Terrell Owens, but he has that type of ability. And I love this fit because I looked at Marcus Mariota in the post-draft rankings that I have to do because I do way too early rankings like everybody does. And I say Marcus Mariota is going to be my number 5 quarterback for next year, which was bold at the time. Doesn't feel as bold now, especially with Corey Davis coming in here. But similar to Michael Thomas last season, I don't think he's going to be putting up the best numbers on the team from week 1. But similar to Michael Thomas, by the second half of the season, he will be the team's number 1 option and probably knocking on the wide receiver 1 door. So as of fantasy drafts, as of today, I'd probably put him on the wide receiver 2-3 turn, kind of that range, but he will take over and be the best receiver in this team just because he is the best receiver in this draft class. He's a complete wide receiver that does everything you want and has the body to do everything you want. I love this guy's talent.
Would you say Deontay Foreman is the number 1, like the best rookie handcuff to have?
No, that's actually one different one I was going to say. I didn't know if we were going to circle around to that, and I was going to bring him up if we didn't. My favorite underrated running back in this draft class, who I ranked at number 5, and it looked like some people have started to finally come around right before the draft on him, and I'm calling him this year's Jordan Howard because he's not going to be the lead option from day one, but at some point he's going to take over just like Jordan Howard did last year, and that's Jamal Williams for the Packers because Ty Montgomery is great in his own right, but we don't want actually teams, the Packers, don't want Ty Montgomery carrying the ball 20 times per game. They don't want him at the goal line. You saw when they tried to force that issue last year multiple times and finally realized, hey, guess what? Ty Montgomery doesn't work at the goal line. Jamal Williams, I said time and again, he knows what it takes to be an NFL running back. He's got a great blend of every aspect of the game talent-wise. He's got a great lower body disconnect, and you guys understand this, but for people listening, is the fact that he keeps his body square and keeps his balance going while his legs shift in different directions. I keep telling him, everybody, he's got the Madden button moves. He's got the spin button. He's got the juke button. He's got the the truck. He's got everything. I love this kid's talent. He's going to take over this backfield at some point. And there's the running back in this backfield, as we all know, because we go back to Eddie Lacy. As Eddie Lacy was nothing, everything great, but it was the appeal of double-digit touchdowns in this offense. So whether it's by week 4, 5, 6, even not even till week 8, at some point, Jamal Williams is going to take over. And once he does, Ty Montgomery's not going to completely go away if he's healthy. He has injury concerns as well. Ty Montgomery will still be in the mix, but at that point, he will be a fringe RB1. I'm telling people as of today, I said the same thing about Jordan Howard last year, so lock it down. Jamal Williams is my favorite stash handcuff. Get him at the end of drafts while everybody else is drafting other people.
I also like Hunt. I also like Hunt. I think he's in a good position, to take over. I don't think Ware's impressive at all. And then Charles isn't there, so I think he has a good chance to take over. So I really like Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, that one's interesting to me too, and that one slipped my mind. So I'm glad you brought that up, Hoos. Because Jake, what is your thoughts on Kareem Hunt? Do you think he'll take over that backfield from Spencer Ware this season?
Absolutely. He was actually one of my biggest risers from pre-draft to post-draft because of the landing spot. It's a perfect landing spot in my opinion. And you look at him, and the reason he didn't rank as high as some others in my pre-draft is because I compared him. I liken him a lot to Frank Gore, is that he does a lot of things really well. He's not exceptional. He's not an exceptional pass catcher. He doesn't have exceptional speed. He's not an exceptional power back, but he's just good at everything, like Frank Gore. And Frank Gore made a terrific career out of being good at everything. And I think that he comes in from day one, similar to what was just said, we saw Spencer Ware. Everybody got excited after the first 2-3 weeks last year, and then he just petered out. And Charkandrick West is Charkandrick West. He can be used in the passing game, but that's about it. I think Kareem Hunt is going to come in and be the lead running back from day one. I think people are not paying attention to him as of today. I think by the time we roll around to the middle of August, and I would even say maybe the beginning of August, but more middle of August, he won't necessarily be a sleeper as much anymore. But definitely as of today, I agree with that. He's a great sleeper.
To hear the whole episode, click the link in the description and subscribe for exclusive content during the season.